2019 was a legendary year for heavy metal. Despite how the genre is half a century old, metal has never felt so fresh and vital. In 2019 alone, many of the genre's heavy hitters returned with some of their best material in years, new bands established themselves, and talented musicians experimented and evolved the heavy metal sound. All in all, quality albums were abundant in 2019, and these ones are the best.
So jung und doch so alt.
Rammstein has never sounded so alive as they do on their Untitled record. While the German industrial pioneers hadn't released an album since 2009's Liebe ist für alle, God, that's a mouthful, Untitled showcases a band who've honed their craft for years, and the result is an album that sounds great from top to bottom. To wit, Rammstein's Untitled record features the industrial mayhem and catchy German lyrical hooks we've come to love from the group. Whether it's tracks like the opening banger Deutschland, the groovy Radio, the melodic Auslander, or the brutal Puppy, Rammstein delivered a terrific album in 2019. Welcome back, guys.
I will atone for the things I've done here, and God only knows that it's all stuck in my head. God, through silence, when I cry out.
Hardcore is among the most innovative heavy metal genres today, and for a while now, every year seems to have a breakout group from this subgenre. Knocked Loose was that band in 2019. The band's second album, A Different Shade of Blue, relentlessly pummels the listener with monster riff after monster riff, breakdown after breakdown. From beginning to end, A Different Shade of Blue is a ferocious, heart rate elevating experience. And honestly, what more could you actually want from a hardcore album?
Let it rain, rain all over me, till the water will no longer bleed. Oh, let it rain, so you will see what it's like to be free.
Generic melodic death metal bands are a dime a dozen. Whether it's In Flames, Arch Enemy, or Children of Bodom, once new and exciting death metal with clean lyrical hooks are becoming formulaic. With the album Orphans, the Agonists had a solution to this problem. Be the very best version of a female-fronted melodic death metal band that they can possibly be. While certain elements of Orphans retread familiar ground, the album perfectly combines heavy guitar riffs and soaring vocals in one stellar package. The Agonist Orphans is melodic death metal at its very best. Cattle Decapitation struck gold with Death Atlas. In their new album, the vegan metal machine spliced brutal death metal instrumentation with a depressing tone regarding the imminent climate disaster. As a result, this 14-track epic listens like a musical version of a dark narrative. Additionally, Cattle Decapitation engaged in more clean singing than usual, and the lengthy interlude set the dour tone for an album grieving the death of the planet. The future, indeed. Gatecreeper's Deserted is a methodical death metal record. While Deserted is a slowed-down rendition of an extreme record, the album's instrumentation and vocal delivery feel deliberate and impactful. In Deserted, the listener receives all the headbanging riffage they could want, and the harsh but diverse chorus lines ensure the auditory experience is fresh throughout. Not much else to say, Gatecreeper's Deserted is just really damn good. You should give it a listen.
I know I'm flawed, I know I'm scarred, but in my weakness I am free. I know I'm reckless, I make mistakes, but through despair I find my way alone.
The phrase phrases astral metal and space metal are kind of thrown around a lot today, but the band The Edge of Paradise is one of the few bands that live up to those descriptors. The female-fronted power metal group's new album, Universe, is, forgive the pun, out of this world. The soaring, clean vocals and the synth instrumentals make the listener feel as if they're exiting the stratosphere. Universe really is a one-of-a-kind experience. I loved it. Dream Theater and I have a complicated relationship. While the progressive metal band is stacked with incredibly talented musicians, many of the band's musical escapades are overly long showcases of their skill that overstay their welcome. In other words, Dream Theater songs are often too long for their own good. Thankfully, this isn't the case with Distance Over Time. The album features instrumentation that strengthens the music rather than weaken it, and as a result, Distance Over Time listens like a perfect fusion of Rush and Metallica. It's pretty damn awesome, and also one of Dream Theater's best albums in a long time. Come at me, fanboys! Time hasn't been kind to Korn. After the nu metal implosion in the mid-2000s, Korn endured a creative decline. Even though the band created some great singles and songs like Coming Undone and Rotting in Vain, Korn hadn't released a through-and-through great album since Untouchables in 2002. In fact, for a while now, Korn appeared incapable of recapturing the magic present on their earlier records. Thankfully, Korn flipped the script in 2019. In The Nothing, Korn resurrected their trademark anthemic nu metal stomp. The riffs, while simplistic, are fun to headbang to, and the vocal hooks are catchy. While The Nothing doesn't revolutionize Korn's sound, the album exemplifies Korn's musicality and appeal. The Nothing really is Korn's return to form. Tool's Fear Inoculum was a long time in the making. The band's previous LP, 10,000 Days, released in 2006, and Tool fans waited year after year for even a droplet of news regarding Tool's fifth album. In fact, many people lost faith. The wait was so laborious that many folks, as in me, feared a fifth album would never coalesce. Tool, however, never should have been counted out. In 2019, the critically acclaimed act released their game-changing album, Fear Inoculum. The 10-track LP is a journey equipped with great instrumentation and vocals that inspired the listener to pay attention. Even more importantly, the music within Fear Inoculum is so atmospheric that it induces a sense of self-reflection that lasts throughout its runtime. And despite its intimidating 90-minute length, Fear Inoculum is riveting from beginning to end. Fear Inoculum really is 2019's big comeback album. Let's be honest, what else could my album of the year be? While Slipknot have been my favorite band for years, rest assured that the Iowa 9-piece metal act aren't topping this list due to personal biases. The raw truth of the matter is that We Are Not Your Kind deserves the top spot. Despite how it's been 20 years since Slipknot released their debut record, We Are Not Your Kind represents a band still willing to branch out and experiment with their sound. The mix of brutal guitar riffs, blast beats, death metal growls, and catchy melodic clean singing combined into a ferocious album stressing the importance of resilience. In 2019, no album clicked with me more than this album, and as a result, Slipknot's We Are Not Your Kind is the best album of 2019. So yeah, that's my list. Do you agree with this list? Disagree with it? Are you okay with it? Let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, if you liked the video, please leave a like rating and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I'd also like to make a big special thank you to some of my patrons, mostly Slasher of Veils and Mom, who is actually my mom. I'm not embarrassed to admit that. Love you guys.